So we've gone through several tests in finding your fairy tale market, and we're now on the Little Red Hen. For those of you that are not familiar with it, here's a quick video.
The Little Red Hen. One summer day, the Little Red Hen found a grain of wheat.
A grain of wheat,
said the Little Red Hen to herself.
I will plant it.
She asked the dog.
Will you help me plant this grain of wheat?
Not I,
said the dog. She asked the cat.
Will you help me plant this grain of wheat?
not I,
said the cat. She asked the pig.
Will you help me plant this grain of wheat?
not I,
said the pig.
Then I will plant it myself,
said the Little Red Hen. And she did. Soon the wheat grew tall, and the Little Red Hen knew it was time to reap it.
Who will help me reap the wheat?
She asked.
not I,
Said the dog.
not I,
Said the cat.
not I,
Said the pig.
Then I will reap it myself.
Said the Little Red Hen. And she did. She reaped the wheat, and it was ready to be taken to the mill and made into flour.
Who will help me carry the wheat to the mill?
She asked.
not I,
Said the dog.
not I,
Said the cat.
not I,
Said the pig.
Then I will carry it myself.
Said the Little Red Hen. And she did. She carried the wheat to the mill, and the miller made it into flour. When she got it home, she asked.
Who will help me make the flour into dough?
not I,
Said the dog.
not I,
Said the cat.
not I,
Said the pig.
Then I will make the dough myself.
Said the Little Red Hen. And she did. Soon the bread was ready to go into the oven.
Who will help me bake the bread?
Said the Little Red Hen.
not I,
Said the dog.
ha, not I,
Said the cat.
not I,
Said the pig.
Then I will bake it myself.
Said the Little Red Hen. And she did. After the loaf had been taken from the oven, it was set on the table to cool.
And now,
Said the Little Red Hen.
who will help me eat the bread?
I will,
Said the dog. I will. Said the cat.
I will,
Said the pig.
No, I will eat it myself.
Said the Little Red Hen. And she did.
So there you have the Little Red Hen fairy tale. What we're going to use as you do this test is we're really looking at the not I's. The not I's are what your competitors are not willing to do or may not know what to do. So as we look at each competitor, we are really looking at three main areas. There are three major mistakes that a lot of businesses make. And if you can find a market model that is making these three mistakes, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to go in. So the first mistake is that businesses are creating a one-size-fits-all. Mistake two is that businesses are not communicating with their customers. And mistake three is that they're only focusing on the immediate purchase. So let's dive into these three mistakes and just better understand them. So the first not I mistake is really understanding who your customer is. Most businesses, at least on the web, really try to be everything to everyone. Again, being a one size fits all. And if you see this, then you see an opportunity where you can really provide different solutions that will attract customers and give you an advantage. So a good example, if we're looking at ahaparenting.com here, we'll see that they are segmenting here in the navigation. You can find on the internet most segmentation happens in the navigation. So here they have different sections that focus on different aspects of parenting, because if you're going to be a parent, you may be a parent to a newborn or an expecting parent, or even all the way up to a parent of teenagers. So really being able to tailor your content, tailor your messaging, your advertising, your products, everything to that particular segmentation. If you were doing a parenting site and you just gave parenting advice that you felt would be good for everyone, you're going to get a lot of people who are not satisfied with what you're offering. And that goes with your model too, with whatever you're providing in selling or a service. If you try to be something for everyone, they're going to be unsatisfied. And so you're going to see this in different areas. So here's another parenting one, Dad or Alive. We can see this is a drop down if you were to go to this website. Again, they have the different phases of parenting. And that takes us to the second not I mistake. And that one is not really focusing on building a communication with your customer. One mistake, and this is a significant mistake that is created by a lot of businesses online, is not really capturing who their customer is and being able to communicate with them in the most powerful way. And one of the most powerful ways is through email marketing, and really trying to see if your competitor has an email marketing gap. And there's a really easy way. A lot of you are familiar as you go onto websites and you see right here a popover. It's saying, encouraging you to put in your information. So Pampers does an excellent job of trying to capture those people that are coming to their website and learning more about them. And I've stated this in class where we've talked about how the money is in the list. This is very true. And if you see that your competitors aren't capturing the people that are visiting, this again gives you an opportunity. It shows you that there's a gap. Now, when you're looking at competitors to determine that if there's a gap, you want to not just say, go to the site and say, oh, there's not a popover here. There's a lot of different places that your competitors can try to capture their customers' information and be able to communicate with them. So we can see here on mothering.com, this is right at the top underneath the navigation, encouraging people to sign up for their newsletter. Here is this is called a sticky bar. As you scroll throughout baby ... this sticky bar is encouraging people to sign up as well. It's less intrusive, even though it stays with the person wherever they go. Another one is right here with Modern Mom, where it just pops up after a certain period of time. And this is another one. And this one's subtle with PBS Parents. You know, you see this on a lot of different blogs. This still is an opportunity, and this is why I showed this, because they're not making an effort to capture. It's almost an afterthought. There's so much that's going on here that a lot of people are going to see sign up for our free newsletter, and it doesn't really engage people. People are like, I get enough email. So something like that, I would throw out. The final not I mistake, when we see a gap in customer purchasing. One of the number one rules in marketing is that it's easier to sell to someone who's already bought from you or who has already pulled out their credit card or money than it is to go get a new customer. There's really three main ways to focus on additional customer purchasing. And McDonald's, best examples in the real world, go to McDonald's to get a hamburger and they ask you, do you want fries with that? And that's cross-selling. That's offering you something that's complimentary. They're not necessarily saying, do you want a second hamburger? They're saying, do you want fries? And then you're like, yeah, I actually do want fries. And then they're like, great. Would you like that small fry to be a large fry? And that's upselling. And then finally, you're like, yeah, I think I do want that as a large fry. And they're like, fantastic. Do you want to make it a meal and throw in a Coke? Really easy example to see cross-selling, upselling, and bundling. These three tactics are not taken advantage of by a lot of competitors, but there is one that absolutely nails it. And as you can imagine, that's Amazon. So let's talk about how they do upselling, how they do cross-selling, and how they do bundling. First, if we look at upselling, they do this with their Prime videos. So if you have a Prime membership, you can stream a lot of videos free. But what they've found is even though they don't make money on this free streaming, as they offer videos that you can't stream or DVDs that you can buy, those that watch streaming videos with Prime are 12 times more likely to be upsold to these different videos. So Amazon has really nailed being able to capture people. Some other ones that you probably have seen is their cross-selling. If you scroll down on any items, you'll see customers who bought this item also bought. So cross-selling focuses on similar items that will complement what you're focusing on. And this Amazon has done from the very beginning. And then finally is bundling. If you're going to go and buy and they're like, hey, these two items are frequently bought together. And I can't tell you how many times when I'm buying something, I'm like, oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. I should get that. In fact, there was a study that was done where Amazon makes 35% more by cross-selling, upselling, and bundling. So, understanding these areas, let's talk about how you do the Little Red Hen test. First, you're going to look at 10 competitors for each of your keyword market models. And you're going to ask the following questions. Is there a segmentation gap? Now remember back at the parenting example where they segmented according to phases in life. Are they a parent of a baby versus are they a parent of a teen? If you're looking at your competitor and they're doing a one-size-fits-all, then that's a gap. We can see not just in phases of life, you can also see segmentation in types of products. So if I have an online store, am I just offering all these products for one specific problem or one specific item, or am I segmenting that out? So using herbal remedies as an example, am I segmenting out different illnesses that people might looking for an herbal remedy, or am I just throwing a ton of products on there and hoping that I cover everything that everyone wants? Next, is there an email marketing gap? Are they trying to capture the email of potential customers, or are they not even doing that? There's a study that shows that 3% of the people that come to a website actually buy. 47% of people may buy in the future, and 50% will never buy. And so it's that 47% that people are heavily missing out on. Finally, is there a purchasing gap? Are they upselling? Are they cross-selling? Are they providing bundling? As you look at these areas, you want to be able to assess, are they missing out on a lot of opportunities? Because even though it may come across annoying or you may be reluctant to do these sort of tactics, it's actually helpful to the customers. They're frustrated when they're not finding what they want or they're not getting everything that they want. And so being able to see that there's a purchasing gap allows you to come in against your competitor and offer a lot more that your competitor doesn't have. If you have more than half that say yes, then that's an opportunity. And really you're looking at 2 out of the 3 gaps. If you have 3 gaps, if you're finding all 10 of the competitors, more than half of them have a gap, then you definitely have a sweet spot. And really it's 2 that you have to pass. If you have where it's 1 or 0, that means that your competitors are very savvy. and will be very hard to compete at. If you think of the fairy tale, dog, the cat, the pig, the not eyes, they weren't willing to do the things that they needed in order to get the bread. If I go into this market, are there a lot of not eyes? And if there are, let's go after them. So let's do a test example and focus on Modest Dresses online store. So here we have the keyword market is Modest Dresses. The model is online store. So I already pulled up Sweet Salt clothing. So we can see right at the top, this is something that we talked about, looking for coupons and free shipping offers, enter in your email. So we can say, yeah, they're communicating. Now let's look at the segmentation. They offer dresses, they offer tops, skirts and shorts, essentials, slips. So they've segmented according to the product. They're not just saying, okay, our keyword market is modest dresses, we're going to just throw out dresses. People that want dresses are probably going to want skirts and shorts and all sorts of modest stuff. So if we look at this, we can see with their products, you know, they've got a fair amount. Let's go to the bottom here, pick one of these items. So button up timeless dress, $38.99. Here we can see here's some cross-selling going on, saying, hey, here are related products that might be of interest. That's similar to Amazon's. These other people bought, when they bought this product, they bought these. So let's take a look here. Let's pick our size, add to cart. So we can see here, as we're looking at it, they have the dress that we were going after, but there's nothing else in here. And let's see, let's proceed to checkout. If we look through here, there's nothing that they're encouraging us to buy more. If I filled out and actually bought this dress, we could see, you know, if they're saying, hey, you know, here's some more additional things, but we're not really seeing a lot of upselling. And I would even say what we did see was minimal. We had to scroll to the bottom instead of having that on the side. So let's go back to our test example here. Hen test, segmentation gap. We saw that they segmented out the skirts, the dresses, the blouses. So yeah, definitely. Email marketing gap. We saw that they had a banner, a sticky banner at the top that was on most of the pages. So absolutely, we would see that. And then the purchasing gap. We saw a little cross-selling, but we really didn't see any bundles. We didn't see any upselling. And so I would say no on that. So if we're looking at the keyword market model with Modest Dresses online store, competitors like Sweet Salt Clothing, and they came out with something like this mix-up where they had 2 out of the 3, then there would really be only one gap within the market, and that would fail the Little Red Hen Test. You can have some of the competitors where they are hitting all 3 areas, but you're looking to see more of, okay, competitor 1 failed at these 2, competitor 2 failed at these, all 3 of these, competitor 3 passed all 3 of these, competitor 4 1, and then when you look at it, you can see the segmentation gap. You had 5 or more fail at segmenting out what they offered. You had 5 or more fail at either the email marketing gap or the purchasing gap. And so if you have 2 of those gaps that are wide open, you pass the Little Red Hen test. So hopefully that makes sense. It's a little bit harder not being there in class to answer your questions and go through it, but go back through the video and look at it. Feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. And now what you need to do is do 10 competitors for each of your keyword marketing models. So that would be 30 competitors total. Okay.